Hello, everyone, and welcome to Painless Universal, a conversation with myself and Welsh. Today, we'll be talking to you about lockdown issues. As you know, the UK is in a second lockdown. What does this mean for gym goers, for people who love to keep fit? For so many, going to the gym means this is an exit route, a way out for them to deal with stress, anxiety, depression, mental health challenges. But now that the gym will be locked down, what does this mean for them? I'll be talking to Kasper to find out. Meet Kasper. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Painless Universal, conversation with myself and Welsh. I have Kasper here. He'll be telling us all about lockdown challenges, especially as you know, I said in the introduction, people are on lockdown, then the most important thing for a lot of people is utilizing the gym because that is a way of them reducing anxiety, stress, depression, whatever it might be. They go to the gym. Some people utilize it to keep fit. I myself, Kasper, I utilize the gym to keep fit and keep healthy. And it's always very difficult with this whole process being, trying to adapt myself to this new lifestyle of being at home to find my own way. Casper, I'm so glad you've decided to join me to talk about this whole process and what we can do at home, even though the gym might be closed, but what we can also do at home to still maintain that regular exercise. How are you, Casper?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. Thank you
And
very
where are
much.
you
Thank you for
joining me
having
from?
me.
Where are you joining me from today?
I am in Ukraine, in a city
Wow.
called Lvov now. Yes.
Oh, lovely. Wow. I'm so glad. I mean, the internet is such a fascinating world because everyone is, the world is just becoming smaller. We could all connect one way or the other. So, before we even dive into this lockdown issue, can you just tell me a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm a trainer from Hastings, so East Sussex.
Mhm.
And yeah, I've been doing personal training for the past 12 years. Originally, I come from Latvia.
Yeah.
And I moved to UK when I was 16 to kind of start studying sports science and becoming a bit more aware of the sports world because I felt like that's what I really want to do in my life. Want to kind of live a life where I can enjoy what I do and still earn money from it, and to make sure I wake up in the morning and with a smile and going to work. So yeah, pretty much that's what I've been doing: personal training and doing different kind of sport specific training with different kind of teams.
So, if someone asks you, these days it's very hard to motivate kids to stay fit and keep healthy. What motivated you to really go on this path of keeping fit and staying healthy?
Well, from for me, it has been a lifestyle really, which I've been raised into as a child. So from age of 6, I've been going to different kind of clubs and Greco-Roman wrestling and basketball and kickboxing and ice hockey and this and that. And for me, I kind of don't know another way to live my life rather than just being fit and healthy. And fitness for me is not a chore. Fitness for me is a way of life which I just do whilst I wake up. I do my little morning routine, and I'm ready for the day to go. And I kind of try to do the same with all of people I connect to. I kind of try to give them that positivity of not having fitness as a chore, of a lifestyle chore to do every day an hour. But I kind of try to educate them that you can adapt your lifestyle to become more fit. Rather than going to the gym and having that hours workout every day. Just
Mm.
think of different ways you can spend time with your family and still enjoying fitness at the same time.
I love what you said about fitness shouldn't be a chore for because a lot of people I talk to, fitness is a chore. It's like almost you have it in your head. I have to do it. It's not something that comes naturally. In your experience, what would you advise someone who this is not a natural process to them, and how would you tell them this that these are tips and that one should utilize to get that habit formed?
Sure. So if perhaps let's say a client comes to me, like an average person works 9 to 5 job, goes into the office, comes home, feels slightly demotivated to do anything after that, 8 hour day. Well, the first things first is I make sure I book them in for a morning session. I make sure I make them wake up slightly earlier and just to attack that day, a little bit earlier, just make sure they kind of change the habit of waking up, doing their chores in the morning, and then going to work, and then being slightly miserable when they come back and they don't really want to do anything. And
Mm,
it most of the time, like 9 out of 10, I can tell you that it sets people up for to have a bit more energy throughout the day.
mm.
And that's like the first thing we do.
I agree. Yeah.
Change the morning routine. Yeah.
Wow. That is very interesting because I've seen a lot of people then that tends to work. I think it's hard to wake up. I wouldn't say anyone it's easy, but once you get into that routine, you can't, it's almost like a habit, these bombs.
Exactly. Your body just wakes up naturally. Yeah, I like my lay in as well, but I tend to not to have it if I can. If I can, obviously I'll have a little lay in, but yeah,
Mm.
the priority is to make sure you wake up nice and early.
So those who are dependent on the gym and during we're in a lockdown. I don't know about you where you are in Ukraine if you're experiencing the same thing. We're currently in a lockdown in UK, and so many people are dependent. The only way they know how to work out is going to the gym.
Sure.
What would you say to someone that is finding it a hard time now, feel kind of their suicidal thoughts now, their anxiety, mental health is very high because
Mm.
in their mind, they feel the only let and relief they could get is by going to the gym. And if they don't go to the gym, then they can't do what they need to do. And that just spirals out, plays out of control. What would your top tips be to that
Yeah,
part of
for sure. Like I've seen this even. Well, I only moved to Ukraine a month ago, and I was in UK throughout the first lockdown and throughout the whole summer, and I've had all my clients kind of struggling with the same thing.
that?
Like the top few of the top tips are to make sure you have a community around you. Like we are all in the same kind of boats
Mm.
at the end of the day. We are all struggling through the same things, and we're making sure that we need to kind of look after each other. And most of the gyms I know, they have a great community base where they do give out workouts to people they can do at home. They kind of have these Zoom meetings every now and then, just to make sure they check in with people. And same as me as a personal trainer, I have a group of people who I kind of keep in touch with all the time, making sure they are aware of what they do, they are aware of their mental health, and they're aware of the workouts they can do. And internet's such a great thing. Like if you want to work out, I don't know, for your forearms, to do at home, you can just type it into YouTube, and YouTube's going to give you hundreds of examples of what to do. So it's the main thing is, yeah, having your community and likely-minded people around you who can kind of motivate you, and those people are around everywhere. So
Yeah, that's true. You don't just focus on keeping fit. You also focus on healthy lifestyle. How do
oh,
you define healthy lifestyle, and how can one maintain that?
well, the with healthy lifestyle, obviously there's so many aspects. Like there's physical aspects. There's eating habits, there's mental states, and there's so many things you can kind of address in the same in that one big bubble, as you say, like a healthy lifestyle. The main thing is healthy. Like what I would say is a healthy lifestyle is it's making sure you're aware of how your body feels and what's right and what's wrong to do and to behave and to act, and to kind of nourish your body with. And if you feel like you want to snack,
Mm,
like this is just like a simple thing. If you feel like you want to snack, and you feel kind of satisfied afterwards, you're gonna do like, let's say you have some crisps or chocolates, or a biscuit or something like that. You're gonna have that craving go away for 10, 15, 20 minutes, but then deep down you will feel like, was that really worth it? And we just go back to the same roots as people. But then that's, you need to understand that in a way you're just developing unhealthy habits, which you can kind of just like how can I say, you can kind of like drop down the feeling of satisfaction of just like 10, 15 minutes, but then you would reach for the same cause of the problem again. So you would reach for that same cookie, or you would reach for the same crisps.
mm.
So for me, healthy habits are to kind of, you need to be aware of what's right, what's wrong for your body, and slightly more think about the longer process rather than the quick fix.
Yeah. Why is workout so important? Because everyone says there's all of these people, everyone's saying that it's so important to work out, and not just does it keep you fit, that it also does so much other things to one. You've been doing this for very long. You've been training some sports teams, helping them keep fit. But in your opinion, why do you think it's so important that we need to keep fit?
Sure, I would say like there's different levels, obviously, like general public and sports persons and athletes and professionals and so on. But keeping yourself active and fit is just it's just a biological thing for us, isn't it? You kind of need to move. You need to make sure you're engaging all the muscles which you do have in your body, and you need to make sure you kind of look after them. It's the same as going through an MOT test every year. If
Yeah.
something is wrong, you're gonna go back to the MOT center and you're gonna fix it up. So you want to make sure you do the same with your body. Is when you feel like pain or a niggle, you don't just forget about it. You can kind of you seek for, if you need a professional opinion, and or someone who can help you out, and try to deal with it sooner rather than later. And if you deal with it sooner, then you'll be pretty fit and healthy, and you'll live forever in a way. Like
That's
you
true.
know,
I like that. If you deal with the issue, then you live a much healthier and fulfilling life.
It's easy to say, but then at the same time, it takes time and dedication, and actually, like a professional approach for you to make sure that the tasks is.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. You do these grueling workout challenges. Could you just tell us a typical, so if someone who wants to subscribe to it, what's a typical challenge for you in these grueling workouts you organize?
Well, what we do mainly is I try to sign people up for at least 4 to 6 weeks of changing your lifestyle habits slightly. So perhaps the 4 to 6 weeks time I could give to someone, to make sure they start understanding how to calorie count. In the 4 to 6 weeks time, the first week would be, I would tell you that you need to drink around 1 liter of water for every 25 kilograms of body weight. So if an average person is like, I don't know, for me perhaps I'm 85 kilos, so I would need to drink around 3.5 to 4 liters of water a day just to make sure I replenish my body. And it's quite a lot.
Yeah.
The long effects, like it starts making you feel slightly more alive, a bit more fresher. Your kidneys like have a little bit less of a pressure from from your body. And I just make sure I kind of give out like little tips and pointers for people to do
Mm.
with all the workouts to do.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's interesting. Something that I think anyone who's watching should definitely look into his page and see how to sign up for it. Our final question, with everything going on, what is your hope for fitness and for more people? Because a lot of people still, it doesn't matter lockdown or no lockdown, there is always an excuse on why they can't do that, why they can't, just take off the dumbbell, why they can't, do this. What's your hope, and how do you think we could finally engage the public to really start loving working out?
Uh, it's a great question, I think, and I would think the approach would be pretty simple in a way that we need to take off that thing that you need to go to a gym to become fit and healthy. We're all understood this from the first lockdown when we all had, as a simple thing as Joe Wicks had all these workouts in the morning. We can work out if we need to. We can work out anywhere we want. We can work out in our garden. We can work out in our front room. We can work out we can go out for a run, for a jog, for a walk. We just want to make sure that what we do is not a chore and it becomes part of our lifestyle. And making sure that again, for me, like the easiest way for that to work is when you have a community around the same-minded people. And everywhere I've been and everywhere I go, like every gym, every community club, they have a great how can I say, great communication with the people, and they make sure they motivate each other. And at the end of the day, the motivation is the key for us all. To find your own motivation, and that's which is going to get get your bum up the seat and make you move. You know, if you can find that motivation, then you're on for a winner.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much, Casper. I really enjoyed talking to you about helping us through this lockdown process and what to do. And if anyone needs any further help, his details will be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Anne.
Thank you.